This is Unexpected Mary Wash.
So the first question that I'm asking everybody is, do you remember how we met?
We met in FSEM of freshman year. I believe we did sit next to each other in that class. I was in Randolph, room 412. My roommate, he was a transfer from Germany who played on the soccer team with me. At the time, I believe Randolph was the nicest dorm, so it was awesome being in there. I did first apply here for soccer. My coach in high school, he put me in contact with the coach here, and essentially I got an offer. I knew some guys that were already in the team. A lot of people were already encouraging me to come here, and I thought, hey, like I've always wanted to play college soccer, and I have friends there who are encouraging me to go. Playing college soccer in general was just like a dream of mine. My brother played soccer before me, my dad had before. It's been a huge connection with my family. I loved having my parents come down every weekend to watch games, even if I wasn't playing. College soccer it's exciting. You're representing something a lot bigger than yourself. The program is way bigger than any other player, coach, person, Homecoming is a crazy experience. I remember I was standing on the side with my brother after the game. I didn't even play. I was still in my warm-up shirt and everything. A guy walks past me who I have no idea who he was. He's like, hey, good game, man. I was like, oh, thanks. My brother looks at me now and he's like, do you know who that was? I was like, I have no idea. So I think that was a really cool little moment there. It was like I kind of got to show off. So for me, it was building around the team, that atmosphere. But the moment that really clicked that made me think, wow, like this is where I should be is actually when I met or like really started to get close with my best friends now, my roommates.
I've never been mic'd up before.
I know.
I feel like I'm just being watched. Can you still hear us? Whoa, that's baller.
Hi, I'm Max Brown. I actually initially met Kevin when we were on a visit here. He had recently, I think, dislocated his shoulder. I started talking to him.
Should we tell the fans how we met? Cute story.
Is it?
Nah, it's actually pretty boring.
I know.
Yeah, so he left the team before I did. He made that decision and put his efforts into physics. There's a difference. There's definitely Kevin in the lab and Kevin at home, and I think that's actually a great way to put it.
So I did always plan on doing physics here, but something that really solidified that was just a simple lab that I had second semester sophomore year. And I remember a lab partner who's also on the team kind of took a step back, because he saw that I was kind of just playing around with all of it. He's like, hey, I think you got this. So at that time I was really enjoying myself. I was like, the experiments we were doing and learning physics, I think at that point in time I was like, I'm actually really enjoying this. I think it's something I want to continue. I think every athlete, they learn the physics. Every soccer player learns how to curve a ball. Me personally, as a physics major, I look at it, see it, and I understand what's happening. I don't think that gave me an edge exactly, but I think that's a really cool thought to have.
That was good.
That was cool.
Cool enough. I kind of want to see another volley off the crossbar from you.
Oh! on site. If I could have gave it to you right there, I think we would have had to just put these down and go. Sorry, folks.
Yeah, retired twice in one lifetime.
Oh, man.
He told us he was doing an internship and that it was research. And he told us what it was about as well, but he's not one to brag.
I originally went to my advisor, who was also one of my professors. I said, hey, I'm looking for internships. And he also brought up, he said, hey, you could always come here to the Summer Science Institute. And he explained to me what it was, and he said, Dr. Vialba is taking 2 students. I believe he has 1 slot left. And I ended up being really interested in it. Mine was building solar-powered phone charging stations for the homeless population. This is the current solar array we have right now. So prototyping is kind of come up with a plan, you kind of come with a blueprint. For me, at least, all the steps it took to get to building it, I had no knowledge of how to use the technology we needed. Right here, this is what puts our power into a phone. This is our Sunny Buddy, our extra battery right here. I had to learn how to program, I had to learn how to 3D print, how to solder. This is one of the cooler things I got to work with over the summer. It's always cool saying that you know how to 3D print and that you're able to use one. And eventually, you're going to start to develop a product. There were a lot of factors in that where I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to do any of this. It sounds really difficult, but Dr. Vialba was super supportive, wanted me to get from goal to goal. He didn't want me to worry about the end product. It's the award-winning poster right here. Has the prototype in full, has all the different parts to it, that's what we're going with it. When you complete a task in this room, you feel like a mad scientist. I mean, come out with a product and everyone's like, what is that? It could be anything. Because it is a huge accomplishment to have a physical object in front of you that you created from scratch, in a sense. Making it work at all is an incredible accomplishment. I got to walk around with my solar array, got to show off to everybody. You know, it's an awesome experience. Each one has 6 solar panels inside, wired specifically in series and parallel. They have 2 in series and the rest are in parallel, so it's 15 rows in parallel.
And you ended up competing for a scholarship.
So the scholarship, the Perkins Scholarship, was for the best research presentation, and I was awarded for the poster presentation. So I thought it was kind of cool that they announced it halfway. You know, personally, I thought that was like a huge plot twist. As an athlete, I definitely was trying to hold back my competitiveness. It was awesome because I had been out of soccer for a while. My family was coming to hear my presentation, so that's definitely a good feeling. The weekend before, I got my whole family basically in a room, and they definitely turned my presentation around a lot. I come from a STEM family. Our family's always been super supportive of each other. Our parents, you know, are always there. My dad came every game he could. He's always been our #1 supporter for soccer. And my mom's just always been there for my whole family, no matter what. Everyone makes the joke, you know, I'd like to thank my family first. Never been more true in my case, though.
I'm going for it again.
2 people on
2
the
people on the wall. Dude, I used to be top right merchant, so.
Let me see.
You said that you've coached now
Yeah.
for soccer, right? Tell me about that.
Spring semester 2022, me and my buddy got a call from some guy that we helped do some camps with. One of our coaches just dropped out, so I have a really interesting opportunity for you guys. I think it was mostly almost an experiment. We were the first Mary Walsh kids kind of to go. Now there are plenty of others, and they're still asking other guys. I ended up winning the league with my older team, so that was like an awesome experience. You know, first team you ever get, you win the championship. It was really cool to see them grow and like see them apply what I'm teaching. They did call me Coach Kevin. It was weird. It's a weird feeling.
Yeah.
When I first met him, I thought down-to-earth guy, very cool. In training, I saw, you know, he's committed, he's hardworking, things like that. He's one of those guys, he works differently than the rest of us. He is like serially addicted to energy drinks. He stands by it. He says, I can't drink coffee. I'm like, please try some coffee. Maybe not a Monster today, but he is the Monster guy, the energy drink guy, and I think that's really funny about him.
My advice to anybody going into any school is what's going to make you come to the school is not always the same thing as what's going to make you stay at that school. Here you could say, oh, they have a good soccer program, they have a good science program, they have a good business program. You got to find a reason to stay somewhere if you're going to go somewhere. I really learned at this school kind of, friends I've made here are definitely ones I'm going to keep for life. You know, you have physics, you get to get a degree, cool. You play soccer, maybe win some awards, have a good time, but definitely the memories and the friends that you make are what last afterwards. However cliche that is, cliches are cliches for a reason, you know.
And you have your prototype.
And I have a prototype. I think it's cool.
That is cool.